Hey, I'm glad you could join me. This is a photograph of Miss Brooke Waggoner. She's a wonderful musician and pianist and creates all sorts of cool soundtrack music, and she's also pregnant. We're friends, so I asked her if it was alright if I took some pictures of her while she's pregnant. And so in this picture I've got some nails in a window, and that's supposed to mean that she's in a place where she can't get out and other people can't get in, and so that's my story about pregnancy. It's something that a pregnant lady has to go through on her own. No matter how many people she has around her, she still has to face the final chapter all by herself. And it's a very intrapersonal experience for the lady, so that's why she's in this little room that I've styled out. But it's a beautiful room. She's got a beautiful mirror and some beautiful flowers and a beautiful fur little chair thing. And she's also taking a moment to examine change. And so that's what's going on in the photograph that's on my computer. Now let's hop over here to the set. And it's really small and difficult to get into. So, and that's our little camera right here, and this is what he sees. Hey, what's going on? And it's real legit. Now I'm going to flip on these lights here, and you're going to see hopefully a little bit more like the final photograph is going to look. Here we go. Oh yeah, alright. So here's Brooke. So we shot in the studio, and she stood facing away from the camera, and then she stood facing the camera, and that's why I have two different versions of her. And in order for the shadow to be more legit, on the floor here, she's actually hanging out at a 90-degree angle in front of her bigger, taller self. And then right over here is a giant version of her, because the reflection, because she's so far away in the reflection, I had to make her really big so that her mirror image would match up with the foreground version of her. So that's the deal. Oh, in the back is a picture that I took in Prague, and that's up on the hill that overlooks the city. And the king, a long time ago, had a bunch of alchemists that he housed, and I guess maybe locked up in these little miniature laboratories, and they were supposed to make gold. And so I thought that that was a nice allegory for a lady who's pregnant, that she's kind of in her little world making some sort of magic, and eventually the magic will be available for all the world to appreciate. That's the story of this photograph. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I wish you the very best.